So many people say, I'm not a caregiver. I'm just a parent. I'm just a spouse. I'm just a friend who's helping. But recognizing the important role you play is a critical first step toward being there for your loved one and sustaining the strength to continue caring over time. Caregiving is a profound act of love, commitment, and responsibility. There can be joy, pride, and deep connection, but it can also be a physically, emotionally, and mentally draining experience with limited recognition. Caregiving can be deeply meaningful, but it often requires the caregiver to make significant sacrifices, placing the needs of their loved one ahead of their own needs and priorities. Caregivers may selflessly set aside their personal goals and interests to ensure their care recipient receives the best possible care and support. The range of emotions in caregiving. Caregiving can bring forward a wide range of emotions, such as sadness, fear, guilt, anger, anxiety, and loneliness. It can also bring hope, gratitude, appreciation, and togetherness. All of these emotions are a natural part of caring deeply for another person while trying to balance it all. It's not uncommon to feel overwhelmed. In fact, it could be more human. As caregiving becomes a greater part of daily life, the caregiving identity can begin to feel all-encompassing, with caregivers losing touch with the parts of their identity that make them feel like them. This loss of identity can be profound, but also a powerful reminder of the importance of sustaining one's own personal goals, interests, and connections, as these are the very things that restore balance and strength. Self-care as a daily practice. Caregivers are often told that self-care isn't selfish, usually with the familiar reminder to put on their own oxygen mask before helping others. And while that messaging is well-intentioned, it doesn't acknowledge the reality many caregivers face: never having enough hours in the day. Caring for oneself amidst the constant demands of caregiving and daily life is possible, but it takes intention, grace, and a bit of creativity. Recognizing powerful emotions is also essential. Instead of denying or minimizing them, we can and should allow ourselves to feel them honestly and without judgment. Sadness, anger, guilt, fear, frustration, and even hopelessness are not signs that we are failing in our role as caregivers. Rather, they are vital signs that something inside us is trying to be heard. Naming what we feel does not weaken us. It humanizes us and can illuminate a path forward. Every emotion has a function, and it can act as a guide for how you can care for yourself. Understanding emotions, sadness usually appears when we lose something: stage, a role, an opportunity, a part of our freedom. It invites us to stop, look inward, and let go. Instead of rushing to be okay, we can leave space to grieve. Sadness is a reminder to allow ourselves the time to cry, write, rest, or just be quiet without needing to explain. Anger often signals that we have gone over the edge and that they are ignored needs. Ignoring it can cause it to turn into frustration, hopelessness, irritability, or fatigue. Recognizing anger can be a reminder to identify what we need and set clearer boundaries. It's not a matter of exploding, but of channeling that energy into concrete decisions. Guilt is a particularly frequent emotion. The sense of falling short, that you want a break, or even acknowledging discomfort can become a source of guilt or unease. Guilt can also be a reminder that we have been faced with impossible expectations. Repeating phrases to ourselves, such as "I'm doing the best I can" or "my rest is also important," helps to soften that pressure. Fear, on the other hand, serves a protective function. It prepares us to respond to uncertainty. Fear reminds us to take care, to slow down, prepare, and seek safety. It is a natural signal that we are facing the unknown. But when it settles in too long, when we live in fear of decline, loss, or exhaustion, it can quietly drain our strength. The answer is not to silence fear, but to befriend it. By naming it, writing it out, or grounding ourselves through breath, we invite it to soften. In the present moment, fear becomes less a threat and more a teacher. Joy is a reminder to notice what brings warmth and meaning to daily life. The small moments of laughter, gratitude, or calm that help us stay grounded. These are reminders to be present and to recognize that caregiving, despite its challenges, can also nurture a sense of purpose and connection. Caring for body and mind. Being a caregiver involves going through an internal process that is as unique as the person experiencing it. There is no one way to go through it or one right reason to sustain it. Some days will be full of doubts, fatigue, or discomfort, and some days will be lighter. It is important to understand that these ups and downs are part of the process. Having a good day does not negate the pain or difficulty of trying moments, nor does it mean that everything is already resolved. Just as each emotion is a map to what you need, caring for your body is essential. Sleeping, eating well, and moving the body, even for a few minutes a day, are meaningful gestures of appreciation to oneself, especially when caring for another. Breathing deeply, stretching, or even placing a hand over the heart while breathing can help calm the nervous system. We've shared 7 tips and encourage you to select one to integrate into your daily plan. These tips align with the principles of the Caregiver Mental Wellness Framework developed by the Elizabeth Dole Foundation and Eden Heroes, which emphasizes practical, compassionate self-care for caregivers. 7 tips for everyday self-care. Prioritize the basics. In the midst of the multiple tasks and worries, it's helpful to refocus attention on the body. Prioritizing physical health is not a minor detail, but a base upon which emotional well-being is sustained. Eating properly, getting proper rest, even if that means asking for support, and moving, even if it's just for a few minutes a day, are basic but powerful ways to stay present. Practice conscious body scanning. This mindfulness exercise allows us to reconnect with the body and physical sensations as a way of recognizing an emotional state. It consists of taking 5 to 10 minutes, preferably in a quiet place, to mentally scan the body from head to toe and simply observe. How are my feet? Is there tension in my legs? Do I feel hot, cold, or tingling? It's about noticing without judgment, allowing the body to speak to us. This practice helps to break free from overthinking and to identify early signs of stress or discomfort, favoring a kinder response to oneself. Leverage your routine for care. Link something that brings you joy with something you must do. Take a moment to read a book when the dryer is on. Listen to a podcast when you go to the grocery store. These fixed points can be a reminder to take a moment for yourself during your day-to-day without getting bogged down by inertia or exhaustion. Something as simple as a cup of tea or a few minutes of silence before bedtime can make all the difference. Caring is not only measured in grand gestures, but in small, everyday details. Take care of your body by letting emotions out. There is no need to feign strength. Sometimes we need to cry, sometimes we need to laugh, or even get angry. Feeling does not make us unfit to care. If anything, it makes us more aware. Holding space for what we feel without judgment is a form of self-respect. Connect with your community. It's invaluable to ground ourselves small moments of distraction. Walk without a specific destination in mind. Chit-chat with friends. Text someone you miss and let them know. These restorative pauses do not negate commitment to the other. Rather, they affirm commitment to oneself and they build your connections. Ask for help. In difficult times, asking for help is not waving a white flag of surrender. Sometimes we need someone to listen to us without trying to fix anything. Whether it's a family member, a friend, or a professional, just sharing what we carry inside can lighten the load. And if the emotion is too intense, important decisions should be postponed. The mind under stress tends to confuse urgency with necessity. Waiting can also be a form of self-care. And finally, if there comes a time when it all seems too much, don't face it alone. You don't have to do it all alone. Seeking help, be it emotional, practical, or professional, is not a sign of failure. Asking your companionship, letting yourself be cared for, is also part of the caregiving journey. Because the caregiver's well-being is not a luxury, it is a real and legitimate need. Remember, this will pass. There will be days when sadness or frustration is more intense. This is not a setback, but a part of the process. Like waves, emotions come and go, and learning to sustain them rather than avoid them strengthens us. In those moments, we can turn to our inner resources. An image that inspires us, like a beloved photograph, or a song or book that connects us to something greater or deeper within ourselves. Caring does not mean ceasing to exist as a person. It does not mean foregoing or forgetting what you need, what gives you purpose or joy. On the contrary, personal well-being must be part of what is sustained in the experience of caring. If I care for myself, I care better. When I recognize my own emotions, I become more capable of recognizing and respecting someone else's. Self-care for caregivers is not about doing more, but about doing things differently. It's about reclaiming the right to be well without guilt, in allowing one's personal life to continue to exist, in supporting another without losing oneself. Caring for oneself in this context is an act of self-love and also a strategy of endurance. Self-care for caregivers is not about doing more, but about doing things differently. It's about reclaiming the right to be well without guilt, in allowing one's personal life to continue to exist, in supporting another without losing oneself. Caring for oneself in this context is an act of self-love and also a strategy of endurance. Because no one can keep caring so much without also allowing themselves to be supported.